He's very neat, but sometimes sure.
No, but I'm not saying that. Yeah, but I see you talk about things that you don't know.
Then the doctor said, go to Sasa. He's bipolar. So you won't give him a grant because he says he isn't sick. Sorry I came here.
No, don't be sorry, ma'am. You are
I'm very
welcome.
sorry.
You've got the right to be here.
My name is Charlotte. My surname was Ras. And I married Gray, G-R-A-Y. I was born in Sophia Dam. And when my father died, my mother moved. We were staying in Jeppe by my grandpa. And then she met my stepfather. Then we moved to that old place there by the graveyard. Old graveyard in the Rudderpool. And afterwards, they said they're building houses here for us. And then we had to wait for our house to be finished. And then when the house was built, we moved to here, 1949. I only went up to standard 6 because that time we were poor. My mother couldn't afford to send me to Kyrgyzstan High School. And after that, tried jobs then. I was short and they always used to say, you must go back to school. I think I was 17, 18 and I started working in a dispatch. First it was in a factory and then I got a job in a chemist. Then I worked over 26 years in a chemist at Cox. I got married in 1961. I think 18 or 17 we started dating. But I knew him since I was 12 years old. And always, you know, I could get lots of boyfriends and he could get lots of girls, but always we ended together. He died 4 years ago now. He was 74 when he died. And out of this house, 3 children were born. And since then, me and my husband was married for 52 years when he passed away. And now my mother and my stepfather died a long time ago. My brother and my 2 sisters also passed away. We're only 2 sisters alive now. My brother and my other sisters passed on already. First, my eldest daughter got married and she's staying on her own in Ghost Town. Then my son got married, he stays next door, still now. And my youngest daughter got married and she moved and then she came. Now she stays here with me.
In her old age, Gogo Charlotte looks after her son who battles with manic depression illness known as bipolar.
Tell me about your son. When was he born and when did you realize that he's not well?
1964. He was fine, but he started when at school I saw no man. But he wasn't so bad, but then he didn't finish standard 7. And once he worked after, he was in Sterkfontein about two times in Sterkfontein. Once, oh God, you know, he ran away from Sterkfontein. Oh, he came here about 2 o'clock in the morning. He just had his underpants on in a thin vest. And it was winter, and I said, what happened? He didn't want to talk. He said, no, not staying there. He got the disabled pension before, I think it was from 2015. He just stopped. I didn't know what's going on. We were glad when he got pension here, and then it was just stopped.
And has he ever worked?
Yeah, he worked. He worked in a furniture factory, and then he worked in the mines underground. And he got some money from the mines. You know what? I couldn't say anything because he's very stubborn sometimes. He went and booked for China and all that. All that money is gone. 113,000 he got. He was just going to China and what. Then I said, Kessel, I don't know. But okay, goodbye and all that. Was so sad. He bought a big case before that and lots of clothes, everything is going to China. Then I think 3 o'clock or what, he said, I came back and he was here. I said, no, why not? You're not gone. He said, no, they said I can't go. And the other day, just last week, I asked him, can't you go and get that money from the places you booked for China? Then somebody said they won't give it back. But he didn't go. He was
When was this?
last year.
Bipolar is a mental illness that causes unusual changes in moods, attitudes toward things and people, general activity, and can have severe effects on how one carries out day-to-day tasks.
No, it's always, if you see him coming here, you won't say. But sometimes he's very terrible. He can swear and talk. And it's always like it's talking with a woman or swearing a woman, you know. Then I'm so used and I just said, hey, just leave him. Then afterwards, he just get quiet. You see, he cleaned the house, everything this morning. And he's very neat. He'll wash and clean. He likes nice clothes and so on. But sometimes, sure, he can, like yesterday, he was in a very bad mood. I just asked, where's my daughter? Sure. And it went off. I don't say anything. Lots of times my other children say I spoil him, but I'm his mother. I understand already, you know, his moods and things, so on. I think he must get a job.
Okay.
My son.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'd like you to do if you can. What I worry about him if I pass away, because he doesn't get a pension, nothing. He was in hospital for 3 weeks. And then the doctor gave me a letter. Said, go to Sasa. He's bipolar. Let him get a disabled pension. And then that's where we were so sad that day. But when we got to Sasa, I gave her the letter. She didn't even read the letter properly. She was so rude. She said, you kalats, just like I'm telling you now. You, all the time you on the gravy train. Now it's our time. He must go and work. You know, it seemed I could sink in the ground. All the people were sitting there, the way she talked with me.
Gogo Charlotte has been trying to apply for her son to continue getting his disability grant without any success. Instead of assistance, she was met with discrimination and humiliation.
What I worry about him if I pass away, because he doesn't get a pension, nothing. You know, when the parents is not there, the sisters and brothers don't care about one another sometimes, especially like him. He doesn't work. They're kind to him and all that, but when I'm not there, what will happen? That's why I worry. But if he gets a pension, he can go and stay anywhere, he can pay where he stay, you know. But now, first thing, when I get my pension, 1,600, I pay the burial. Then after that, I buy some groceries. I couldn't even buy myself some shoes or something because I've got to pay all that, and groceries and things is expensive now. I'm wearing clothes that's years old, but so long I'm clean, I don't worry.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm fine, Kentang, how are you? My name is Nelly Lijara, the social worker from Central Gauteng Mental Health Society. What we do statutory work with regard to child protection and disability grant. We do foster care placement. Our focus is on mental illness only. All cases that's got to do with mental illness, that's what we do. All right, how can I help you today?
My son refuses to get a disabled pension.
Okay.
If he can get a job with more or less the same crowd of people, he's very good with people.
Okay.
If he gets a job, that will help him, then you won't think it's a pension, you know. That's what I'd like you to do, if you can.
With regard to the job?
I think he must get a job.
Okay.
My son.
All right.
Yeah.
With regard to the job, it's gonna be a little bit tricky for me to assist you in terms of funding him a job.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be difficult because I'm just a social worker and we do social work programs.
Yeah.
All right. You inform me like he does not want to get what disability grant.
Yeah, he refuses.
The reason being?
He says he's not sick, but he's sick in his mind.
All right. What we're gonna do for you now, we're gonna conduct a home visit. We'll come to your house to assist you in terms of if we can see how to do involuntary or voluntary admission to the hospital. And we'll be looking into the circumstances surrounding you, like who is the other family members or your daughters, whoever, who can accompany us as well to the hospital, so that a new diagnosis is done, assessment is done to your son, all right? And then he be put on treatment. Because right now, he's off medication, and even if we're trying to make sense to him, it will not make so much impact on him. Once that is done, then we also write a letter. We'll follow through all this process with you. Also write a letter to SASSA department that you are our service user, your son is our service user, and then what services we have rendered to the family, and then we're also gonna get a letter from the doctor as well. And once he's on treatment, then whatever we'll be saying to him, it will then gonna make sense. Like, okay, why is it important for the SASSA doctors to do their own assessment as well? You cannot look at a person and then you decide like the person is mentally ill. We are social workers. We are not authorized. We don't have the license to diagnose a person. So in such instances, we rely on psychiatrists. Then we write a referral letter based on what the information that is saying. And then we say, okay, go to this hospital within your jurisdiction. And then we also do the follow-up as to what has transpired with our patients. I'm gonna write down your residential address, and then we'll come to you. And then if he does not resist to go to the hospital, then it's easy. We'll go with him. But if he does resist, then we're gonna have to ask the escort by the police. But first, we need to write a report so that we can get an order from the court, because he did not commit any crime.
Yeah, no.
All right. It's very, very important that they go together with the police when they go to the hospital, so that they can explain to the psychiatrist as to what is happening, about why is this person being brought here. But please bear with him, and step by step. Yeah, bear with him step by step until such time that he has adjusted and understand why he has to take medication for his own sake, for his own well-being. Like why? Because not everybody understand why they should be on medication, because medication is for certain people, of which is completely wrong. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Charlotte. Tomorrow I'm gonna give you a ring.
Yeah.
And then to arrange as to when are we gonna come.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming.
Nelly. All the best. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Gogo might not have been able to get her son a job, but the social workers have enlightened her on what she could do next.
So you won't give him a grant?
before you go to the doctor, you must get a form.
You don't have to give us a...
We don't have to give it. Okay, that's fine.
Doctors is full of junk there.
Yeah, no, it's
every day.
fine. I know some of us cannot see beyond sickness. Morning, Mama.
Morning.
How's it, Mr. Gray?
Fine, thanks, and yourself.
I'm okay, thanks. You're welcome to Sasa and thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yes. My brother, are you okay?
I'm okay.
I'm okay too, man. Yeah. Lina ke khomocho diseko. Ke manager ko Sasa. Ko Pretoria. Mrs. Gray, how can we help you today?
I came it's about 3 years ago. He was in hospital in Leraton. I didn't know about anything. The doctor sent me to come here with a letter. So he must get a disabled grant because he's bipolar.
Yes.
And then I spoke to the lady when it was my turn. She didn't even read the letter properly. She just said, you coloureds, all the time you're on the gravy train. Now it's our time. He must go and work. Then she went from this desk to the other desk to the other lady. And she said, yeah, maybe she bribed the doctor that her son must get the grant. I felt very bad because I can't bribe a doctor. I can't tell him what to do.
You don't even have the money.
I don't have the money and I can't tell him. He's a doctor. I'm nothing. I'm not a doctor.
Okay, Mrs. Gray, you see, that's a bit improbable because the people who work here are just officials. They're not doctors. So I think it's better that I explain the process to you. What is supposed to happen is that you come in here when you want to apply for any grant. If it's a disability grant, they will give you a form. You take that form to the doctor fills that form in. You bring it back here, you apply, and then we will then advise you whether your grant application is successful or not.
She didn't explain anything to me. If she told me, you must first have a form to fill in, I would have done it. But she was just plain rude.
You can get a disability grant for any illness, no matter the nature of the illness. The condition is that you must be ill to such an extent that you cannot work for yourself. So it does not matter which illness is affecting you, but it must have affected you to an extent where you cannot, because of this illness, work for yourself. With disability grant, there's two types. There's a permanent disability and there's temporary.
Yeah.
And I think in your case, it's a temporary disability grant. So with a temporary disability grant, you get ill at a particular period, but you take treatment, you get better. So after 12 months, if you are better, we can cancel it. As soon as the sickness starts again, the illness starts, you then see the doctor, then we can start the process of reapplication, then we can be on the grant again.
You explained nicely. That human was just plain rude. You know, I felt so disgusted. I thought I'll never ever go to Sasa again.
Yeah, the accusation, I don't want to deal with the merits of this accusation because it was never reported in the first place. We adopt an open door policy at Sasa. So when you have a problem with any official in any of our offices, you have got the right to demand to see a manager, and I underline the word demand. It's just unfortunate that this matter was not reported and it's 3 years old, so really I can't deal with the merits and demerits of it. I do empathize with you, and I want to apologize if ever that happened, although I'm saying it's highly improbable because that's not how we train our staff. But basically that's not what you came here for. What you came here for is to understand the process of applying for a disability grant. And I'm not just downplaying your experience, but I'm saying, focusing on the important stuff that you came here for.
So you won't give him a grant because he says he isn't sick.
No?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. When you observe that is sick to an extent that you feel that they can't even work, you have got to get, before you go to the doctor, you must get a form. In fact, we'll give you that form now, so that you don't have to come back
You
here.
don't have to give us a
We don't have to give it. Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying, when he's sick, you just take that form.
I'm
take it
the
to
mother.
doctor.
Yeah.
You listen to him.
Yeah.
No, I
I'm the
understand.
mother.
I
I
understand.
sleep to stay with him day and night.
No, I understand.
I
Mami.
know that.
I understand, Mami. I understand, Mami. I also understand how he responds and the reasons for his response. I do understand them fully.
Listen to Khomoso's advice. Only that will help us. If we are not listening to him as an expert,
That's why I said I haven't got money now.
yes,
I get paid the first, then I'll go in May.
that now we are talking.
You mustn't interfere at the MD, right?
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, you mustn't
No,
interfere.
but I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but I see you talk about things that you don't know. How do you know I got in the hospital?
She told me.
Yeah, or she told you?
Yes.
Look, it's a complex matter given the nature of the sickness as I observed it. It seems we are dealing here with a psychiatric problem. The mother at all costs wants the son to go for treatment and observation, you know. The son is not interested at all. He makes it very clear that people who get a disability grant are sick people. He's not sick. And I understand that because it's just normal for a person who's got a psychiatric problem to say that. Whenever
I'm
you...
sorry I came here.
No, don't be sorry, ma'am. You are
Very
welcome.
sorry.
This is your office. This office is a government office. Does not belong to any official. You've got the right to be here. I think we have discussed the process that needs to be followed. And that's not just for you. I think from today you can even advise somebody else who's got a similar problem, you know, of applying for the disability grant, that they must come to SASA, get a form, take it to the doctor, bring it to SASA and apply. That's how it works.
No, we don't want the form.
So I know, I really understand
The
that.
doctors is full of junk there.
Yeah, no,
every day.
it's fine. I know that, you know, sometimes some of us cannot see beyond sickness, you know. That's why we need to be observed.
Thanks very much.
My brother, thanks very much. Eh? All the best. Good health.
Yeah.
I must
Keep
take
well.
the doctor.
No, je kan niet dokter doen. Wat kan ik bij de dokter maken?
Okay, thank you very much.
I'd like to say thank you very much. If our situation can help other people, I'll be very glad that it will show what good work you're doing to help people that can't help themselves. That lady there, they said they'll do anything to help. And that's a promise that I think that I can look forward to. It will be a great help for me to be helped by you. I can't thank you enough. It's very good just to still meet people like you too, that go out of their way to help other people.